they live in a place where there's very little food or nourishment, so they pretty much eat whatever they can.
He's a blue-tongued skink, and he has that name because he actually has a blue tongue. And he uses that tongue to smell the area around him rather than use his nose. I'm going to try to demonstrate it. I'm trying to get him to stick his tongue out. He's going to try to taste you guys.
He must not taste good.
Yeah, it must not smell like lunch. That's a good thing. Sweet and Low is a sugar glider, and they're aptly called sugar gliders for their preference for sweet, nectarous fruits and nuts and things like that. They're also called gliders because, much like a flying squirrel, they have a thin flap of skin between their hind leg and their foreleg here. So when they stretch out, it's almost like a parachute and they can glide through the air. They spend a great deal of...
He uses his neck like a snake. He'll actually coil his neck up and wait for something to come by, and lunge out and grab it. Alright guys, I'm going to put this guy away.
Bye-bye, I love you.
And just wait. He's going to bring a snake up. You guys are going to grab it. I'll hold the across you guys.
I was going to say that I should put that in.
I don't
You don't want to?
I'm not sure about this.
You're not sure about it? He's nice. He's not
I
gonna
hate
be nice.
snakes.
You do?
I hate snakes.
Okay. You don't have to if you don't want to.
Come on, Drake.
I'm out of here.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, we can have one more. How about you right there in the plaid? Yep. Alright, just hold, yeah, there we go. Cool. Alright.
Cool thing about this guy, if you're afraid of snakes, he can actually smell your fear. Because when you're afraid, the brain releases a certain hormone, and the snake actually picks up on that.
It's pulling my hair.
Here. There you go.
Okay.
That's better.
Oh, boy.
Now,
So you're not afraid of snakes, are you, right?
No, I held the big one last.
Okay. Alright guys, I want you to say hello to Tuffy. Please stay quiet, he does get startled. And he's kind of antsy right now, so the first thing I'm going to do is kind of just walk him around for you guys. He's a boy kangaroo. So, you can't touch the kangaroo. As we talked about with the sugar glider, he is also a marsupial, so the females do have pouches. He doesn't because he's a boy, he doesn't need one.
Can we pet him?
You can't pet the kangaroo, guys, sorry. I'll walk him around though so you guys can enjoy it.
Hi.
See if I can get him to go down this area right here. There we go.
He's too fast. Did you ever see them at the zoo? I'll show you the picture. I did take of them.
You want to wrangle the kangaroo while I talk about him? Maybe up here, maybe right in front there, because I think it's loud. Yeah, just walk around. If it gets too rambunctious, just let him walk a little bit. Alright. Yeah, this is, quiet please guys, quiet. If you don't stay quiet, we got to put him away because he does get startled, guys. Alright, this is Tuffy the kangaroo. He is a red kangaroo, which is the largest species. They can get enormous. He's only 2, so he has some growing to do. They're full grown after 5 years. They're on average 4'10". However, they can get 6'5" and over 200 pounds, which is about the same size as me. So he can get huge when he's full grown. And you'll notice that he's a very adept hopper. He's very good at it. Kangaroos are the only large animal that get around exclusively by hopping. They are actually incapable of moving their legs independently of each other like I am when I walk. They can only hop. Except, there's one exception. They can swim. They're very good swimmers, and that is the only time they can move their legs independently of one another. They doggy paddle. Scientists don't know why they're able to do it when they swim and not when they're on land. When this guy's full grown, he will be able to hop at up to 45 miles per hour in short bursts. They've been known to go several miles, hopping 30 miles per hour. They can hop up to 30 feet in one leap when they're full grown, and up to 8 to 10 feet straight up in the air. So if we could train this guy to hold a basketball, he could actually dunk it pretty easily.
Is that possible to train him like that? Wasn't there a movie like that?
Yeah, I think there actually is. I don't know what movie that was.
Kangaroo Jack or something.
Something like that, yeah. You'll notice his front paws, he's got long claws on them. I don't know if you guys have heard of, quiet please. I don't know if you guys have heard of kangaroos boxing one another. They don't actually box, they use their claws to scratch each other in the chest. Like I said earlier, they can also support their entire body weight on that tail. They do that so that they can kick with both legs at the same time. They have a very strong kick. They kick with over 2,000 pounds per square inches of pressure, and that's much harder than a human being can kick. Although they don't start kicking until they're about 3 years old, so we don't really have much to worry about, thankfully. Plus, he's very nice. I don't think he'd do it. Here, try him. Now you just saw I blew in his face a little bit. I'm not being rude. That's actually how they recognize one another in the wild. So it kind of calms them down a little bit when you blow in their face. They recognize each other by the scent of their breath. They live in groups of up to 10 to 50. These groups are called mobs. Another way they communicate is through high-pitched clicking noises. Maybe after this, walking around again. They also, like the sugar glider, can move their ears independently of one another. Now, this guy's 2 years old. Like I said, they're marsupials, so they have a pouch. They live in the mother's pouch for about 9 months until they'll come out for the first time, and then they'll still spend most of their time in the mother's pouch for another 6 or so months. By 9 months, they're about 15 to 20 pounds. Now, you would never be able to tell this by looking at this guy. When he was first born, he was about the size of a jelly bean. He was the size of a jelly bean, and he resembled something kind of like a hairless worm. And then 9 months later, he's 15 to 20 pounds, he comes out of the mother's pouch for the first time. Pretty amazing.
Look at it go.
Or maybe even a feral cat if they're a smaller kangaroo. They'll swim either way. They've been known to, in the water, use their front paws to push down the heads of their predators. They've been seen drowning predators this way. Sadly, the number one predator for kangaroos is man. Kangaroos are hunted for their pelts and their meat, and they actually, the number one way that they die is being hit by cars, unfortunately. I'll take a couple of questions about the kangaroo, guys, if you have one. How about right here in the plaid shirt? What do they eat? That's a good question. Kangaroos feed mostly just on grass. And this is interesting. That the reason that they have to get around by hopping is it's much more economical. It saves a lot more energy than running because their diet is just grass. It's a very low energy food, so they have to save as much energy as possible, and that's why they hop.
I don't.
Take a couple more. Anyone got a question? Yeah.
How long have you all had him?
He's only 2 years old. He's been with us for less than a year. All the animals we have are actually from a refuge, and they let us use them to educate people about them. So, a couple more here. How about in the pony shirt there? What's that? Why do they fight? Was that the question? Okay. The question was, why do they fight? The male kangaroos are really the only ones that box very often. They fight usually to fight over a mate. The only other time they might kick or box is to fight off a predator. But yeah, most of the time when they're boxing, it's for dominance or for a mate.
They kick?
Yep, they kick. Like I said, they can balance on their tail and use that so they can kick with both legs at the same time. And I'll get one more question about Tuffy here. Anybody? How about you in the striped shirt there? You said why can't we put him back in the cage? Oh. Yeah, we've got pretty good control of him. He's never escaped from us before. If he did escape, we'd probably have a hard time catching him, but he's not going to hurt anybody if he does, so there's not really much to worry about. We can do questions. We'll do like a couple more questions about any of the animals we've seen today. Anyone have a question about any of them? Including the kangaroo if you want. How about the striped shirt back there?
What's up, buddy?
What's that?
You don't like the noise?
That's just his markings, really. I don't know if there's a particular reason for it. That's just that's just how the red kangaroos look. They have black markings on their cheeks. I don't think there's a particular advantage to it or anything. And I'll do one more. Anybody? Right here, you got a question? Their nails? Oh, this is interesting. How long are their nails? In front here, about half an inch. Their front claws are about half an inch each. They have very long claws. In back, you'll notice that they only have 3 toes. 2 of them are very tiny. One of the toes, the middle toe, is extremely large. It's much larger than the other ones. That just helps them to get a better grip when they're hopping on the ground. Alright guys, I think we're going to put Tuffy back in the cage here. Now these animals you saw today are very, very cool. However, they don't really make great pets. If you guys need a pet, I would suggest a dog or cat. There's lots of them that need homes. But other than that, I appreciate you guys having us today.